My name is Linnae Kurtz, and I've been with GPAC for 10 years, and I am on Team Ashley. I had a friend that was working for the company at the time that was a friend of the goods that mentioned it to me, and I thought it sounded exciting because it wasn't like a scripted call center, so to speak, situation, so it was interesting to me. Something that was really helpful to me when I started was learning from those who were successful around me and really watching how they were getting interviews arranged and, placements happening and kind of the legwork and really figuring out what it was that they were doing to succeed. Recruiting is a business that is fulfilling because when you realize at the end of the day you're helping good people genuinely find good people, and that you're not trying to convince somebody to do something that they don't really want to do or haven't already thought about. I think that makes a huge difference. We're not going at it in an approach to try to make somebody feel forced. It's I think more genuine than that. I think that's been something that was, that's been and remained a part of the big appealing part of the company for me. With GPAC, with our industry, I can confidently say that we're the eyes and ears out there. I mean, we have been doing this for 32 years. So we genuinely have the knowledge collectively, the resources to be the eyes and ears out there, the track record to prove it, And at the end of the day, it doesn't cost you anything to talk to somebody. And if they're not the right fit, we don't pressure you to hire anybody. I think that's what I like about it, is that it's not a forced situation. It should not feel forced. I would describe GPAC as a supportive company because they provide you with the training, with, consistent training. I think in updates as times change, and really stay on top of and try to be utilizing the best tools and resources in the industry. I think that they really try to make sure that everybody has a good understanding of the best, ways to utilize them and kind of go about things. The company has changed in the last 10 years because now we can work remotely. It's grown significantly. I think that, it's doubled in size since I've started. The technology has definitely become a lot better and more improved since those years. When I started this company, I wasn't a mom. I have a 9-year-old son. This is a great opportunity as a mom to be able to go and, watch an orchestra concert or a football game or whatever you need to do. Pick your kid up from school quick if you need to. Now that I work remotely, I can bring him to school, pick him up, and not be affected in my day any problem, really, I think that, the fact that you can actually move away, I'm going to go to that, if you want to leave Sioux Falls, or if you're not from Sioux Falls and want to move to Sioux Falls, whatever, you can live where you want as long as you have Wi-Fi, right? So I think that's cool. You're going to have to grow through what you go through. But sometimes, when you're not selling a product, these are people, they change their mind. Sometimes you think that deal's going to come together and it falls apart, but just to remember to stay doing the things that I'm doing, and that will repair itself. As long as you can stay consistent and allow yourself to kind of have the mental break and then get back to it, if that makes sense, to find a balance as best as you can. And you really realize, and you get to the point on your desk when you realize that this is your own business, essentially. You really operate differently, and it doesn't matter what path of walk or life you're at, if you get those clients and you get that consistency, I think that's huge, It kind of took me a few years to realize that. I think the goal setting process is really personal. Honestly, I think it's, you have to have your own personal why, Everybody's why is different. There might be some similarities if people are parents or whatever, but I think you have to have that, and you have to really talk to your coach about that and what those things are for you so that your coach can help you stay accountable, help you stay motivated for those things. I think the skill set that is needed, that's essential for GPAC, is somebody who can be accountable with themselves, be honest with themselves, and be humble with themselves. And make sure you're acting as an essential team player, and if you are going through something, be honest and open about it, and really rely on your team. I think that's something I've been reminded of the most this year, is that just because we're not all in a shared space necessarily, that, finding ways to stay and communicate with your team is essential. And I think part of that's just taking initiative. I think somebody has to have a personal initiative and drive to do well. I think an entrepreneurial mindset, sounds cliche, but it's probably true. Make sure you like being on the phone. Make sure that you are able to navigate through ups and downs, and unexpecteds. And, for me personally, that's why I love it. I think I love that nothing is ever, the day-to-day, consistent formula is one thing, but, there's so many different avenues that happen that, not every day is the same. And I like that not every day is the same.